What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. You know, it's really good to hear Reggie Jackson, Clippers player Reggie Jackson, speak on John Wall and, address the long ago, issue that they so-called had. And, because John Wall definitely expressed his side of it and everything. And just to hear both parties really actually, come to a truce, sort of say, because that situation was really nothing. Back in like 2015, I believe, John Wall made a statement. I think it was 2015. John Wall made a statement about people making $80 million plus a year who never made an all-star team like he did at the time. And as he made $80 million, he had an $80 million contract, I believe, at the time also. And of course, everybody know he was referring to Reggie Jackson back then. But listening to Reggie Jackson speak about it, it basically, in regards to the way he was saying it was like, hey, that's the past. You know what I'm saying? We're teammates now. I'm happy to see him out there playing or coming to a situation where he can play and utilize his talents, and hopefully he can stay healthy and play somewhat or, at the level that he used to, and at the all-star clip caliber type player that he was. You see what I'm saying? Because playing with Kawhi and PG definitely makes life a lot easier for every player. As you see, Reggie Jackson is one of the players that benefited the most from playing with both of those players, because he figured out that he doesn't really have to go out there and have the dominant type mentality, I need to go out there and score every time I get the ball. It's about winning now, because you're on a team with a player like Kawhi Leonard, who everybody has seen play at the highest level, carry teams to win championships, and be the best player on the floor, no doubt about it. So when you have, players of that magnitude, that play like Kawhi Leonard, you see what I'm saying? You have to, change your mentality to play with a player like Kawhi Leonard. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like with Reggie Jackson, the way he speaks now, the way that John Wall spoke a week ago or a couple weeks ago about playing on the team, being a part of this opportunity and everything, and the way everybody sounds so far with the Clippers, it sounds like everybody is all on one accord. And it sounds like all of them have the same understanding. And like I said, this was just the icing on the cake, for me and a lot of other people, because I didn't think there was nothing between John Wall and Reggie Jackson now. But just the fact that Reggie Jackson and John Wall cleared it up and put it out there, got it off their chest, vented, if you want to use that phrase or paraphrase it like that. I feel like that's really good for the team. And I feel like things like that definitely builds chemistry quicker, because everybody knows what the ultimate goal is. And if you don't know, I'm pretty sure Kawhi Leonard will definitely let you know, because he's won championships, and I don't think Kawhi Leonard gives a damn about anything else. I mean, Kawhi Leonard really has taken himself out of the MVP conversations. All the accolades that he can easily accomplish because of how great of a player he is, he really doesn't care about them. And he's basically let that be known through his gameplay. And, even if people mention it to him or said something to him about it, he's all about winning championships. He's not about anything else, because I feel like Kawhi Leonard is the type of player who wants to win just as many championships as Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. You see what I'm saying? Or LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? But in order to do that, you got to have the right supporting cast. Everybody got to be on the same page. You got to have a little bit of luck go your way, and your stars have to be stars. And that's just the way it is. And Kawhi Leonard knows that. He grew up in the Popovich era, basically. You know what I'm saying? So winning is what he's all about, and that's all he's built to do. He's not built to really just individually have stats and all that, because, of course he could put up numbers. Of course Kawhi could have won an MVP before now if he didn't load manage, but that's not what he's about. He's about winning. And when you hear John Wall, when you hear Reggie Jackson, and anybody else who speaks on the Clippers, they're almost talking in reference of him. They're almost mimicking Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi sets the precedent that that's what he's about, that's what he wants, and that's what he expects out of them, because that's what they should expect out of Kawhi when he's on the floor. And this is why I said this team together, healthy, definitely can make a very special season turn into a very memorable season as well. And I definitely want to see them, get to that plateau and take that next step, because this team is definitely good enough. I hate to hear analysts downgrade a team sometime because of they're not their favorite team growing up, or that's not the team that they favor, that they want to win the championship. You see what I'm saying? And this is where, I criticize a lot of analysts, because you have to be biased when you do this type work. You can't just sit there and say, oh, well, yeah, this is my favorite team, this and that. But if you really want to be an analyst, if you really look at the game in an aspect of knowing a lot of teams, a lot of players, a lot of stats and all that stuff, you got to be more biased rather than, show favoritism. And, I feel like the Clippers get unjust or unworthy, speculation or talk about them because they're not a lot of people's favorite team. And I understand, if you lived in LA most of your life, you might be more of a Lakers fan than you ever will be a Clippers fan. Understood. The Lakers have won more, been in the forefront more, been a lot more things more than the Clippers. But I will say this, the Clippers have the better opportunity right now, and in the last few seasons, technically, the Clippers have been the better team. Now, you can say the Lakers have, done what they did in the bubble, and that worked out for them. Rightfully so. But you know what? If LeBron James got 4 months to rest every season, not many people will win the championship over him, because he'll be well rested. And on top of that, he's one of the greatest players to ever step on the floor. So if you give a player like him, arguably the greatest of all time in some people's eyes, if you give him 4 months layoff, he's gonna dominate. If you give Anthony Davis 4 months layoff so he won't get hurt, he'll dominate. So I mean, it's like the bubble is good, but some people might look at that. You can make a case that might have been more fabricated of a championship than what most people want to clarify or say. Me personally, a championship, a win is a win to me. That's how I look at it, me personally. But others might look at it different. So I definitely acknowledge it, and I definitely put that out there. But this team right now, the Clippers are the better team than the Lakers. They actually proved that last year without Kawhi and PG. So honestly, they're definitely a better team this year going into this season with Kawhi and PG, and adding John Wall if he can stay healthy, and keeping the nucleus that they built that was very strong enough for them to actually even make the play-in tournament last year without neither one of their superstars, while the Lakers had all their superstars, 3 top 75 players, and a bunch of Hall of Famers all together, and still couldn't make the play-in tournament. So back to the original point, hearing Reggie Jackson sound mature about the situation, sounding like he's really into it, actually watching the Clippers, summer league, getting, just into the vibe of the team, it just shows you where this team is, where they're trying to go. And that's basically up. They're not trying to look anywhere else. They're not worried about any other team. They're worried about each other. They have the mindset basically like they want to play for one another. And Ty Lue being the head of the snake, basically, I mean, really, they have a great opportunity to do a lot of good things, because Ty Lue is definitely, to me, I would put him up there as the best coach in the league. I personally would. I wouldn't even hesitate, because what Ty Lue does with a team and get out of certain players that I just wouldn't think that would even step on the floor at times is amazing. And like I said, if he can pull this hat trick off with John Wall and make it work with Reggie Jackson, and they all conform together and stay healthy, I like I said, I could see this team being the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Matter of fact, I see this team being the number 1 seed in the NBA. I can see him doing it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm very anticipating to see what happens with this team. I can't wait till, the first day of the season. I'm going to watch every one of their games, of course, and keep in tune, with that specifically. And, I watch all games, to be honest with you. But I mean, I'm definitely going to, keep an eye on the Clippers, of course, and keep you guys updated and keep you guys posted with much more information going forward. And I'm definitely excited for what this team has. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen a Clippers team look this good. This is definitely, on paper, the best Clippers team I've ever seen. On the floor, it'd be the best Clippers team I've ever seen if they stay healthy enough to put that on display. And the results definitely should end very well for this team if they do stay healthy, because listening to the players, some of the players, hearing them talk, certain verbiage that they're talking about, certain things that they're, speaking on in regards to the team, definitely gives you confidence that this team can go really far, if they just, stay healthy enough to do so. And listen to Reggie Jackson speak on John Wall, let you know there's no issue there. The locker room so far is free of any type of, conflict or anything like that. That definitely bodes well for a team going forward. The understanding of what needs to be done, putting all personal relationships and BS to the side and sacrificing for a championship. That's what I want to hear. And that's what any NBA fan wants to hear about a team that they like, or just any NBA fan wants to hear that about a team that's, possibly wanting to go forward to try to win it all. Because that's what you need. You need that camaraderie. So I'm all for it. I'm glad they have it so far from what I hear. And hopefully going forward, they can continue having it and build their success off it. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.